3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Unrated Podcast, episode 11. Thank you for downloading the show or showing up to our live recording on YouTube. We got a big crowd tonight. I see 10,000 current viewers watching. Good stuff, man. Thank you for. we are part of the Play Some Video Games Podcast Network, PSVG. Just check us out. Check out the website, playsomevideogames.com, or just look up all the podcasts. I think there's another podcast recording right now. I think the main show is recording right now. Devin, were you invited to the main show tonight?
Nope.
But they're recording right now, so they can't say it's like, oh, is it because you record late? Because they're recording right now.
Right, shenanigans.
So we didn't get invited. I didn't get an invite. Deb didn't get an invite. So that's what we have our show. This is like the shadow podcast. Basically, we are the loyal resistance. Anyway, I follow PSVG on Twitter, follow PSVG on YouTube, and that's it. I'm done because that's like the lamest part of the show, introducing all that crap. Joining us tonight is once again JB. What's up, brother?
Yo, what up?
Hey, do you go by JB? Because Dev wrote JV on the nose. I don't know if that's like a thing. Is that how you want to go by, or?
Yeah, I go by JV. I go by many names. Whatever. I'll pretty much respond to anything.
I don't know if Dev was just being lazy and wrote JV, or if that's like your thing, like JV. Like I don't know if he was just trying to like cut it short. Because typing is hard. Typing is hard, man. You can get that carpal tunnel syndrome and stuff. Anyway.
It's true. But no, JV is fine. Jermaine Vincent first and middle. So yeah.
Word up, man. And also, of course, we got Devin Tyus. What's up, man?
What's good, player? I'm chilling like a villain out here trying not to do no killing.
Is your hair always like that? Because I feel like sometimes you wear hats, and I don't know if you always have the afro rolling or if that's like
No, sometimes it's under a hat. Sometimes it's twisted. Now, I was being lazy and didn't want to twist it today, so it's just picked out. I may end up just my plan right now was to let it grow for a year and possibly do the Killmonger thing and then have a real cool Halloween outfit.
That's what's up, man. Well, it looks good. I can't pull that off. Mine, like if I start growing it, it starts spiking to the sides. And then, like 3 weeks in, I look like Logan, like Wolverine, but not cool. But not like in a hot Hugh Jackman kind of way. More like that guy didn't brush his hair this morning kind of way. It's like that guy needs to take a shower.
Right.
Like
nobody's like that guy's trying to pull off the Logan. I see what he's doing.
It's more like that guy needs a haircut. That's what that guy needs. That's what happens to my hair. Anyway, JB, good to have you back, man. Devin, I'm glad you can make it tonight. Let's go ahead and do some check-in. Let's start with Devin. What's up? Hey, what have you been up to, man?
Just living the dream, brother. Now I've been playing a couple of games here and there. I've been playing a game called Ruiner, which has been an interesting game. It's Devolver Digital, so it's going to be definitely kind of zany and weird and out there. Played a little bit of Monster Hunter, trying to like wrap my brain around that one. Other than that, just kids, wife, work. So, just the regular stuff.
Sounds good, man. What is Ruiner about? I haven't heard of this, so I'm catching me up.
I haven't gotten far enough into it, but it looks like it's like a future Tokyo or whatnot. Lots of bio like parts or whatnot. Like the guy that you're playing is the main character. Like he has a chip in his head and he's got all kind of weird stuff, and he's been programmed to go kill the boss. And as you're doing that mission, which is the intro mission, some chick kind of like hacks into you to get you out of there or whatnot. So it's going to be following up the leads on trying to figure out, why you were programmed to do that and getting revenge for somebody. And it's like this neo-punk kind of world. It's pretty awesome. I'm enjoying just the aesthetics of it. It's pretty cool. So, and it's like a twin stick shooter kind of game, but you're a person. So, it's cool. It's fun.
Sounds good. How about you, JB? What's going on lately, man?
Nothing much, man. First of all, shouts to all the ladies. It's International Women's Day.
Oh, word up, man.
Repping Wonder Woman right here, who is one of my favorite superheroes. So shouts out to all the ladies who are probably doing life better than all the men I know.
Amen, man. So, amen.
Yeah.
My wife is sleeping.
And,
she's living the dream right now. I'm here recording with you guys, so I don't know what that says.
Yeah, so is my wife. My wife is sleeping as well, and I think what that tells us is they are smarter than we are.
Yeah. Who wants to record a podcast late at night? Thanks, Devin.
Hey, I love you guys because my wife is not sleeping. She's currently chasing our 2-year-old and trying to get him to stay in his bed.
Respect to your wife, man. Doing the hard work.
Much respect to. But yeah, I did tell Devin. I tell a story. This is the Unrated podcast, and so this is like, I feel like this is Inception levels of something with KFC. So I'm just gonna be real raw about this. Like, I'm driving, so I'm a delivery driver. I am driving, and I'm like, I'm being challenged. Yeah, that's what I call it when you know that you just gotta go to the bathroom and handle your business. It's called being challenged. So,
dude, I didn't know where that was. I didn't know where that was going, but now I have a pretty clear direction of where this.
Yeah. So I'm being challenged. I'm driving around North Austin, and I'm like, I gotta find somewhere. So I see a KFC. Of course, I see a KFC because reasons, right? So I go to the KFC and I go to the bathroom, I handle my challenge, and then I kind of look over to the toilet tissue roll, and there is no toilet paper.
Oh, no.
And then I look up and I'm like, okay, perhaps I can improvise and use some paper towels. But no, they've decided to go full on 100% hands-free everything, right?
Oh, no.
So I'm like, what do I do? I have no idea. So guys, I called KFC from their bathroom. I called KFC from inside their own bathroom, and they picked up, and it was a young lady, and she was like, "Thanks for calling KFC. How can I help you?" I was like, "So I'm inside your men's bathroom, and there's no toilet paper." To which she proceeded to say, "Excuse me? Can you repeat that?" So I had to tell her again, look, I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. I'm inside your men's bathroom and there is no toilet paper. So they hung up on me, and then they knocked on the door to check. Yeah, I think they thought it was a prank. Yeah. So they knocked on the door to check, and I was like, yeah, I'm really in here. And they brought me some TP.
Wow.
But yeah, like just being a black man in a KFC, calling KFC from inside KFC's bathroom. What a surprise that was. So that's what's been up with me, guys.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's challenge the greatest. Accepted.
That's the greatest check-in ever. That is insane, dude.
It sounds like I made it up, but it's actually my life.
Wait, what? That happened to her?
No. I said it's my life. Oh my god! If it was my wife, I wouldn't be telling this story.
I thought you said it's my wife. I'm like, whoa! So you just told your wife's story? Oh my god, dude! Never mind. No, it's your life.
If she listens to this, it's not you. It's not my wife.
Oh man, no, guy. We confirm. Here we're breaking the news that it is his life, not his wife. Sorry, my bad.
That's right.
My god. Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, shout out to KFCs everywhere. Actually, I'm from North Carolina. Down there, we have a place called Bojangles.
Oh, the buttery biscuits.
How do you know Bojangles?
I've heard of this.
Yeah, I've heard. I almost stopped at one. I was in airport, North Carolina, and they had one, but I didn't have enough time to stop through. But I really wanted to.
Bojangles is so good, man. I miss Bojangles.
I've heard great things about Bojangles.
Damn, it's so good. Sweet tea also. Anyway, we're gonna keep going the show. All right, like, dude, I'm really hungry. I'm doing this thing where I don't eat past 8 p.m. just because like it's just supposed to be. I get all my calories in between noon and 8 p.m. Like that's it.
Right.
Like I'm so it helps you like burn fat and stuff like that. And I feel it working. But I'm angry after 8 p.m. basically, like especially if I'm doing some late night gaming, man, and I'm just surviving off water, coffee, and tea. I just start getting angry, and like I bet like my Rainbow Six crew is like, dude, like Q's like really pissed off lately. I'm like, yeah, dude, because I'm just pissed because I'm always hungry, and like, anyway.
We call that hangry.
I know. That's what it's called. It's just, man. Yeah. So it's not going to talk about Bojangles right now. As for me, let's see. Today I played some Kirby Star Allies, the demo on my Nintendo Switch, and I can tell you that I will not be buying that game for $60 in next month. It's a nice platformer Kirby game. That's great. I just have a hard time justifying $60 for a platformer. Is that bad? I just feel like
no, I'm 100% with you on that. I couldn't even no.
I bring that up in the Discord group in the Nintendo one, and people are like, "Oh well, everyone has their preference, and people want to pay $60." I get it. It's just to me, I feel like I'm partly giving you money based on the amount of just work that it took to build this game. And I feel like when I compare a game like Assassin's Creed Origins or to Kirby, I'm like, I feel like it took way more time to build Assassin's Creed Origins than to make Kirby. I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong, but that's what it feels like to me because Origins is going for this super intense realism, and Kirby is just a bloated chewing gum, So it's like I enjoy this game for what it is. I just feel like it should be like $25 tops. And I have a hard time paying $60 for a platformer game on Nintendo Switch. I don't know. I feel bad about that. That's just kind of like my outlook on that platform. I don't know, on that whole thing.
I can understand that, especially from the standpoint of you really are kind of looking at it like, is this a AAA game? And you only have so much money every month to devote to buying a game or two or, however many. Mm-hmm. So I can definitely understand that. Like if it doesn't look and feel like a AAA game, kind of like, do I want to pay AAA prices for it? So I get that.
Maybe to be a little bit more fair, like comparing within the same console, you have like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is like this massive, super crazy mechanics game. And then on the same platform, at the same price, you're going to have Kirby Star Allies, and you're paying $60 for each of those games. And I'm like, I can justify $60 for Zelda, but I just don't know why Kirby is on the same pay scale. I don't know. I've been struggling with that today because I don't want to beat up a game just because it's not my type of game. But I just feel like, man, this is $60. I don't know. I had fun with it, but it's not $60 for me. At least, for me personally.
Hey, I'm totally 100% with you because, like, on the PlayStation side, for example,
yeah,
I couldn't imagine paying. I wouldn't pay $60 for like Ratchet and Clank. I wouldn't pay $60 for Knack. Like, there's just no way I'd do that. I would want to pay that kind of money for like an Assassin's Creed or something like that that's going to be more in depth. But Nintendo gonna Nintendo. That game is going to be $60 forever. Donnie's going to buy it. He's going to trade it in. Then he's going to buy it again. Yeah, I see you in chat, Donnie. I see you.
Yeah.
You play your Kirby. Of course. You go suck things up and spit things out and enjoy that nonsense.
Yeah. I just like, I mean, and here's the thing, like, it meant Donnie's like, well, go play Call of Duty. I'm like, don't get me wrong. I think Call of Duty is also overpriced.
Yeah, I'm not paying anything more than $30 for Call of Duty, and he knows that.
The campaign is garbage, so I'm basically buying the multiplayer, and man, like you're charging me $60 for what feels like a minor upgrade to last year's COD. It's my same problem with like Madden's, and I'm sure like coach is gonna get on my ass about it with Madden's and like all these other yearly games. I'm like, I know there's improvements, but are you telling me it's $60 worth of improvements? Are you real? Are you sure? And I mean, I know people disagree on that. I have a hard time justifying $60 for a game that the main upgrade is the fact that you had to just update the rosters and add maybe a couple modes here and there just to keep it going. I don't know. Like I have a hard time with paying with how some games are priced.
I'm
I think
amazed
that's
they haven't just gone the games as a service route with sports games. I feel like it just makes so much more sense to do them as games as a service, to where you can not have such a short development time. And then, just do roster updates and then have enough time to really push out a huge patch that changes a lot of stuff instead of having to recreate a game from scratch almost every 8 months, So I'm shocked they haven't done the games as a service with sports games. I think it makes way more sense, especially when it's pretty obvious that like their biggest push and like where they want to send like FIFA and Madden and 2K is like the ultimate teams. Like they want to milk you for those microtransactions and the virtual currency and stuff like that. I think it makes more sense to make them a games as a service thing. That's just how.
Yeah, that may happen. That definitely. I think that's possible. I mean, we were talking about it last time I was here in the last podcast with Siege, and kind of what they're doing is saying, hey, instead of making another Siege, we're going to continue to give you content. Maybe the sports games will end up doing that, because I think a lot of people would like to see it. I play Madden. I play FIFA, and I do kind of find myself saying, like, really, I'm paying to get the draft class. So.
Yeah, I get that. And just to counter, there's some chat going on in the YouTube chat. It's not that I am against paying money for games. Like that's not the thing. To me, is I believe that with some game franchises, with some IPs, the markup is purely based on the fact that people are dumb and that people pay a lot of money for something that is not a good product. Like. When most of the people that buy COD are people that buy 1 to 2 titles a year, and they assume that this is the price tag that they have to pay, $60, $65 for a game that isn't that great. I mean, that hurts the people that are dedicated to this hobby, right? Like it's like, no, like this is not the quality of game that is this much. And maybe games should be more expensive, and that's fine. That's fair. It's not that I'm unwilling to pay for video games. It's more like I just feel like there's a Kirby is like a one of those long historical Nintendo IPs, right? Therefore, they get to say, well, we charge $60 for this. I'm like, well, I mean, I get you're a historical IP, but is this actually a $60 game? I'm not sure. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
Let's look at it like this: like a game like Sinuous Sacrifice. That game didn't launch at $60, but I feel like that game took a lot more to make than Kirby did. I feel like you said, like it's not that Kirby's not a good game. It's just, is it really like a $60 tier game?
Like I said, I played the demo and I have fun. Like I said, I didn't say I didn't have fun. I had fun. I just then I looked at the store price. I'm like $60. I'm like, oof, man. I want to play this game. I would love to play it on my Switch, but it's just not. It's not that price for me. And I think that's a fair comment. Like, how much is this game worth to you? If the benefit you get from it isn't worth this much, then you shouldn't buy that, because then that's a dumb purchase.
Yep.
Right.
That's just straight up. All right. So let's get finally. I played some Rainbow Six Siege because there was a drop this week for DLC. Outbreak is out. Zombie Madness, Alien Zombie Madness. That was a lot of fun. I played that for like 10 hours on Tuesday, and I feel like I played I played too much of it. Like I had dreams that night of like zombies like stabbing at me and shit, and I was like, whoa, like what the hell's going on? Like, yeah, it's like when you play a game too long and then you start like replaying it in your head when you zone out. Oh man, like it was a lot of fun. It's definitely like a Left 4 Dead, but a more serious take on it, and a little bit of COD Zombies. I don't know. It was really cool. And to me, putting that in the context of Rainbow Six Siege being a 10-year project for them, I'm like, if you guys can continually release stuff like this, maybe once a year or so, that would be awesome, because you're keeping content coming and you're flipping the formula. You're not sticking to just the multiplayer thing. You're adding stuff that we haven't done before, and that's pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Finally, I'm playing an indie game called Deep Rock Galactic, which is basically dwarves in outer space going and mining. It's basically like you go into a randomly simulated, generated mine cavern, and you have like a mission, collect 300 of this resource. But then there's also other missions like exterminate 3 big alien bugs. And it's cooperative, and it looks like an indie game, but it's just been a ton of fun to jump in there with random people. I made 2 friends yesterday, guys that they like how I played, and they like that I played, I played well. So we are going to play some more later this week. So that was really cool to see like a little community building up around this game. It's not a game to play for the graphics, but it's a game to play for just like what you're doing. It's cool to collect resources, to upgrade your gear, and then go back. Honestly, some of the missions feel kind of Destiny.
Really?
It's like go out there, collect, 300 of these things, kill 200 of those things, and then come back, and you get like rewards from it in a way. But it doesn't have that shit open worldness to it. But the fact that it relies so much on co-op, that reminds me a little bit of Destiny, because it's really. I did a couple missions by myself, and they were really hard. You need at least a couple people there, like helping you out for each mission.
Oh, it sounds like vanilla WoW, and that makes me very excited.
And the preview is out on Xbox right now. Just you can play.
It's on my Xbox.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if you want to play it, man. And I bought the game actually. I bought the whole thing. Okay. My TV got delivered 2 days late, so I coerced Amazon to give me a gift card. So they gave me a gift card, and I was like, "Sweet, I'm buying Deep Rock Galactic." So yeah, I mean, it's not perfect. It glitches out sometimes. But I mean, you're playing a preview game, so you have to know that, it's like, okay, I know this is gonna mess up, but I'm part of that experience as the game kind of becomes better. So anyway, that's my check-in. Deb, you're gonna be our fearless leader throughout the rest of the show.
Yep, it's time for the Dev takeover. So
that's it. That's like the transition music. That's gonna sound awful on people's headphones later this week. It's gonna blow out some eardrums. So, all right.
Okay. So Q, do you have a rant of the week by any chance? Anything that's busting your balls that you want to get off your chest?
Kind of feel like my Kirby talk was like a rant of the week. To be honest, it kind of felt like I was a little bit offended by that price tag.
I agree.
Yeah, you were definitely. You had feelings about it.
Yeah. I'm watching a lot of college basketball because it's like we're like a week away from March Madness. So one of my schools really choked yesterday. They lost to a really low seeded team. So that really pissed me off. But I'm not gonna rant about it because I ranted about it yesterday to my friends. So I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna move on past that. Yeah.
And I think the Kirby was definitely a good rant. Yeah. Platformers probably at this point don't need to be $60.
Yeah.
They don't.
Burn down the shack, man. Burn it down. Burn down the shack.
You already know I'm setting fire to the shack every chance I get. All right, so let's move into some news. All right, so today was a big day for announcements. I don't know if you guys had your ear.
It felt big, right? I was like, damn, like there's a lot of stuff dropping right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening for.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was like, oh, is March like announcement month now? Like, are we just gonna keep getting hit with all the stuff? But Donnie made a good point. Like, it's probably other companies saying, oh, there's a Nintendo Direct, so people are listening. Let's go ahead and drop some bombs. So one of the bombs that got dropped. I can't speak English today. Black Ops 4. They finally made it official. It's coming. I know Black Ops is probably one of the franchises of Call of Duty that people like the most. Are you guys gonna go ahead and supersize me? We're gonna get some fries with that, or is it a pass the Tums?
It's more like bomb it on instant reaction mode. Don't get me wrong, man. I mean, I guess if I have to appreciate one COD series, it's Black Ops. This series does zero for me at this point. It does nothing for me. Like, I'm not interested in the 5 to 6 hour campaign. That honestly, if I play it on easy, it's gonna take me like 3 hours. I'm not interested in that.
Shots fired.
I mean, I'm serious. Like, I'm and this goes for a series that I like too. Like, the thing that keeps bringing me back to Halo games is the fact that the lore is so deep. But COD is just like, yeah, you're giving me these tunnel missions. I forget what the expression is, and it's just like great. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just shooting galleries, and then the multiplayer is a bunch of dumbasses running around, just like smashing their trigger buttons, and I feel like if you're a gamer and you're aware of all the great other quality shooters out there, you wouldn't play this game. Unfortunately, a lot of gamers don't know that there's other great shooters out there, so they play this game. And this series just does nothing for me. It really does, and I wish it did, because I like playing games with people, and I like being competitive. But I just don't know what Call of Duty. They're banking on the fact that people, I don't know, like, this is the game that they buy because they're used to it. Yeah, I feel kind of like a bummer. I feel like I was getting more depressed the more I talked about this game.
It happens. What about you, JV? Is this something you're interested in at all? You supersizing? You passing some fries? What's up?
I would have to pass. I think for a lot of the reasons Q just said, I think it's a name brand franchise, and that's great. But I haven't really felt like that that franchise has really taken significant steps forward in the last few years, and that's not necessarily a knock to it. It's just I feel like it's probably going to be, hey, if I played Call of Duty Black Ops 3, then I've probably already played Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So big ups to the fans that really, really enjoy it. I do think the campaigns are like, they're like little Michael Bay movies, which doesn't make me excited. And it's cool. Like, you put Conor McGregor in the last one for some reason, and Jon Snow, and that's great. But nothing that really makes me just jump out of my seat and say, this is something I have to play. And I think, to Q's point, even though I'm not the biggest Halo fan, I have played those games because I think the stories are great. Like, I'm not particularly, again, we've discussed this, I'm not very good at first-person shooters and certainly not good at them online. But I do think there's value for me in story. And so Halo does have this massive story that you can kind of get into, and Call of Duty doesn't really have that. And I think that's a problem if you have kind of spread out franchises and you don't really do anything. If anything, I'd like to see them make maybe just a straight Call of Duty Zombies, which I think has been the most fun thing, because they kind of just go crazy. So I would like to see that. But yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, I'll pass.
Have we learned if Battlefield going to be World War II this year?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything other than seeing that screenshot that it's something. It's a thing. I don't know where it's taking place.
I think the rumors have been that they're going back to World War II. I feel like I read a tweet on IGN's page, possibly. So take that with a grain of salt. But I think those have largely been the rumors. I think from What Culture, IGN, that they're going back to that World War II setting.
See, I fear that Battlefield is beginning to be influenced by COD, because I feel like, I don't know, like I feel like older Battlefields, you would spawn into a map, and you would, like, if you were tactical and you had some teammates, you could live, your average life could last pretty long time. But I feel like the last maybe the last modern Battlefield. I forgot, Battlefield 4, I want to say. Like, it just felt very COD-like at times. And they introduced that deathmatch mode, which was basically Call of Duty. And I'm just like, I don't know. If I had to buy a military shooter like COD or Battlefield, I would probably I would buy Battlefield. It just seems like a more in-depth experience, and it seems to me like they put more thought into their campaigns at the very least than Call of Duty does. So, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to be the third and go ahead and say pass the Tums, please, because
Yeah.
I haven't enjoyed a COD game since the Modern Warfare series, and for me, it wasn't even the multiplayer because I never really played multiplayer in these games at all. I actually enjoyed the campaign and the characters in it. Black Ops just never did it for me. I remember I got the original Black Ops and it sat in the plastic for a year. I never touched it. And then Black Ops 2 came out, and I think I had that for like a week or two before I returned it because all my friends wanted to play. I was like, all right, we'll play. And nah, I didn't enjoy that. So I was like, we're getting rid of this. So there was no Black Ops 3, and I'm cool on Black Ops 4. Like, it's just COD just doesn't do it for me. It never has, and I don't think it will in the future. Like you guys said, if I were to get a military shooter, it would probably be Battlefield if I were to get one of them. But even then, I'm just like, I feel like we've been doing this for so long. This song and dance. Like, I played my fill of World War II shooters on like PlayStation. So I'm good. All right. So moving right along. So we also got a bombshell that I don't know if anybody necessarily expected it, at least not this soon. Like, we figured it would get a sequel, but Division 2 was announced. There'll be the full reveal will be coming at E3, but Ubisoft has said, yes, Division 2, it's a thing, it's coming. How are you guys feeling about that? Is this a supersize me? I'll take fries with that, or we passing the Tums all the way around?
I'll take fries with it.
Okay.
I'm interested to see what they do. I was reading a little bit about the announcement. They said they're still dedicated some new content out there for the Division. Large, they just felt as if the ideas that they had just wouldn't fit the first game, and so that's why they're moving on to the second game. So hopefully it's not just a cash grab, but we'll see. We'll see. I think some of Ubisoft has been hit and miss. The hits are great, the misses are really not. So hopefully this is a hit for him. But I'll go ahead and just take the fries with that right now.
What about you, Q?
I'm gonna supersize it, and this is why. Ubisoft had a really strong year 2017. I think they gambled on a few projects and it paid off, at least this past year. 2016, not so much. But to me, Ubisoft feels like the one developer that is willing to gamble on something for the right reasons. Hindsight, 2020, I think Division 2, and you're going to hate this, Deb, Division 2 is going to be a better game than Destiny 2.
Oh, I don't hate you for that at all. I agree.
Okay. Because I feel like if I'm Ubisoft, I looked at Destiny 1, and I changed that quite a bit for the Division, and it didn't quite work. It wasn't a bad product. It just I think for me, Division 1 has the same issue that Destiny 2 has, which is I have no reason to keep playing, and any exploit that there is in the game, they immediately shut down. So it's like, great. So now you're making me grind extra hard for nothing. So it seems like Division 1 had a lot of the issues Destiny 2 is having right now. And if I'm Ubisoft, I'm looking at Destiny 2 and I'm looking at the success that I had with Ghost Recon Wildlands and the success that I'm having with Rainbow Six Siege and the success that I've had with an open world game like Assassin's Creed Origins. And I have my notepad out and I'm writing every single lesson that I've learned over the last year. And for me, I'm like, if they're doing that, then the Division 2 will be a much better game than Division 1. And to me, that's a triumph, right? Like, if your next product is better than your last one, then that you're headed in the right direction. And for me, I'm like, if they're doing that, then the Division 2 will be a much better game than Division 1. And to me, that's a triumph, right? Like, if your next product is better than your last one, then that you're headed in the right direction.
Yep.
And I'm excited for this game. I love Tom Clancy games. That's why I love Ghost Recon. I love Rainbow Six. I'm kind of bummed out that this came after this came before any Splinter Cell announcement. But that's just me. I'm like the one person that's excited about Splinter Cell at some point in the future. But yeah, so for me, it's a super size me because I have a lot of faith that this will be a good game. Unfortunately, it's coming. I think it's gonna butt heads with Anthem. So I don't know what that market's gonna look like, right? And the Destiny 2 is not going anywhere, so they're gonna keep pumping out DLCs and expansions. So it's gonna be a big market for shared open world games out there, multiplayer online multiplayer open world games. It's getting crowded. So I hope you gotta bring your guns to the table, man, because you can't. I mean, you gotta compete to survive. So
absolutely,
yeah.
This is definitely a supersize me. Division was the game that I was like, all right, yeah, these are gonna be my games. I'm gonna play Destiny and I'm gonna play Division. That's gonna be the games that I play. Unfortunately, Division it fell short. It was really grindy. Like you said, it had a lot of the same problems that Destiny 2 has right now, where the end game just kind of fell apart. There wasn't a whole lot to do. The Dark Zone really didn't capture what I was looking for at all. Like there weren't really raids. And like you said, they had the exploits and then they would just cut those off real quick. Like they were really good at being able to shut down exploits and patch stuff really fast. And it shows their commitment because they've consistently released updates and patches and content for this game, even though people like Division is dead. And every time they release something, everybody's like, wow, this game is really good. This game is really good. This game is really good. So I think that they definitely have learned the lessons and they can watch the failures of the Destiny 2 and actually learn from it. Like you said, like Ubisoft got our developer of the year last year from Unrated. They have a resurgence, like you said, with the Assassin's Creed, with Rainbow Six Siege, and the fact that they are continuing to support that when everybody thought out the gate that game was dead. And it is still going strong. Ghost Recon Wildlands was a huge hit for them. Let us not forget Watch Dogs 2, sleeper hit. That game got critically praised. It didn't sell as well.
Much better than the first one. Much
better. So good. Such a good game.
It just goes to show, like, when Ubisoft really wants to get behind a product and stick with it and make it good, they're good at that. They're going to do good. And I'm really excited about Division 2. I will definitely be looking forward, but like you said, it's going to be a crowded market because you're going to have Anthem, which is looks like it's going to be third-person shooter. That's what Division is. You're going to have Destiny, which, even though people are like really salty about Destiny, that community still loves the idea of Destiny. And if they can ever get their stuff together over there at Bungie and get the game back on track, people are going to still play this game. They're going to come back to it. They've got an expansion coming in May. They've got another one coming in September. So it's not going anywhere. And we've got Anthem coming 2019. I don't know if they announced a release date for Division 2, but I'm assuming it's either going to be this fall or next year sometime.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely going to be a crowded arena for your shared world shooters. But I mean, I'm here for it. I enjoy these games. I like playing with my friends. It gives us something to do that can be cooperative and competitive. So I'm here for it. Supersize the hell out of me for this one.
I think it'll be.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead. No, JB, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think it'll be interesting. Then I had a follow-up question for both of you, but I think it'll be interesting to see which one of these developers figures out how to perfect these types of games. I did play Destiny. I didn't play Destiny 2. I'd kind of seen what people had to say about it. I'd seen what Dev had to say about it. It just made me kind of like, I can wait. But I think there is kind of what Dev was saying, that shared experience, and that makes it fun, especially for people like me who aren't necessarily great at multiplayer. There's been games that you can find your niche as a gamer. So I think it's kind of a race to see who can perfect this style of game. But my question, either of you, Q or Dev, with Anthem specifically, and we're talking about BioWare, which is one of my favorite developers, but Mass Effect Andromeda was so bad. I mean, that game was so broken, I basically had to quit. My question to you would be, because they're such a narrative-based game developer, they have been lately, do you think, especially coming off Mass Effect Andromeda, that they're kind of ready to step into this arena? I know they delayed it, and some people thought that was a red flag. Maybe that's just them using good common sense. But do you think they're ready to step into the arena, and do you think they'll be able to capture this sort of multiplayer experience the same way they've captured the narrative experience?
I mean, I can jump on that first. I feel like, first of all, I know it may not mean a lot. It may not mean much to people because it was still, BioWare and it's still bomb. But the studio that made Andromeda, it's not the same studio that made the original Mass Effects. Actually,
Right.
that studio is the one that's working on Anthem. And it seems like they've been working on it for a couple years now. Like, by the time we got that polished presentation at E3, it was like, this game is not like on day one. This game is on day like 400, and they've been building a lot of systems for this game. So that being said, I mean, I don't know, man. That's a good question. I really don't know if they're ready. I really hope that whatever they do create, it still has that strong narrative that they're known for. Because I feel like at the end of the day, one of the things that I felt was missing from The Division and from Destiny, and that could be missing from a game like Sea of Thieves, to be honest, is that there is no depth of story there that makes up for any faulty mechanics. Right. Like, at the end of the day, I actually played through Mass Effect Andromeda because at the end of the day, as critical as we can be about it, the combat was fun, and I wanted to know what my character did all the way through the end. So the story that was there, even though it wasn't perfect, it actually kept me hooked. Because I was like, okay, well, I actually want to know what happens in this mission or in this story arc, So I'm going to keep going because the story is good. It might not be great, but it's good enough to keep me like playing all the way to the end of the game. I don't know what they're going to make or if they're ready for this arena of games. I just hope that they don't just dump the story element to it, because I think that's actually one of the reasons why people would jump on this game, because they're hoping there is a strong lore and a strong story component that other games have not brought. So.
Yeah, I definitely echo that. I think that this game is actually going to shock people with how good it's going to do, because, like you said, this is the crew that made the Mass Effects, and they pulled a ton of resources from the team making Andromeda to go work on this. They basically put Andromeda out to die. Like, we took too long to make this. We're going to go ahead and just put this out, and then we're going to focus on Andromeda. So I do think that this game is going to be good, and I think it's going to be shockingly good. I don't know if it's going to perfect this type of game, but I do think that we are going to get a better narrative experience than we've gotten from Destiny or Division, or, like you said, a Sea of Thieves. I don't think the narrative is going to be there for those games, but I think this is going to be a very, very well thought out narrative driven game. And I hope that they can get the combat and all of that stuff as good, because it's third person, which is a little bit different when you're dealing with the shooter and the mechanics of a good third person shooter. So, I'm very positive. I'm glad that they delayed it. I think I'm always good with them delaying games if it's going to make the game better. And I think this was a smart delay. You don't have to worry about going up against like Call of Duty or any other shooter for it to get buried this fall. And then you can come out and be out in the spring when there's usually nothing. There's no shooters that come out in the spring. So I think they've got a good chance at being shockingly good.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do, because I think with a team like BioWare, if they can get this right, especially the narrative, we're talking about almost going to the movies, but we're playing video games. Kind of that shared experience of that wonder when you see something on the screen, or that shared laugh. If you can figure out how to do that in multiplayer, I think that's a gold mine. because now you're going to have groups of friends that are sharing this cinematic experience that they're interacting with. That could be incredible
if they pay attention.
Yes.
Because I have lots of friends who I have to have story time with when it comes to Destiny, which the story is very easy, but we still have to have story time because they weren't paying attention. They just wanted to shoot things.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to our next news story. Far Cry 5 coming out very, very soon. I don't know if you guys saw the teaser trailer for like all the content coming in the season pass, but it looks bonkers. It looks like crazy Far Cry. Are you guys on board with this? Are you supersizing it? Are you passing? You want fries? Or are we just gonna take some tums for this one? Q.
I'm gonna supersize it. Here's the thing about Far Cry. I don't know if I'm gonna get it day one. I probably won't. I already know I'm not gonna get day one. For me, Far Cry 5 is gonna be like a close to Black Friday sale game, and I feel like I'm spoiled. We said this before on the show. I'm spoiled by the Black Friday sales of last year.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can pick up Far Cry 5 with the DLC already, some of it already out, in November or October for 65% of the price, 50% off, I mean, I'm like, it's hard to pass up, it's really hard to, and I hate that. I hate that I'm banking on those sales later in the year, but there's a few other games coming out this spring that I actually want to play. And I just feel like this game, I'm actually more excited for some of the DLC than I am for the main game.
Same.
I really want to go to Mars. I really want to go to Vietnam. And I forgot what the third one is. Mars, Vietnam, and something else. Those look awesome. And I bet it's gonna be ridiculous. And I just really like it when games, I feel like Far Cry 5 can find a way of taking itself seriously, but also not too seriously with some of their releases. And I'm excited for just going crazy and co-op in some of those DLCs. So I'm really excited for that. It's definitely a supersize me. Unfortunately, I just played Far Cry 4 last year. I'm running a little bit behind on that series. And I noticed it's a huge game. It's going to be a huge game. It's going to require a lot of investment. It's going to require a lot of hours. And I'm just not ready for that later this month. I'm not going to have time for that right now. So.
All right, JV.
Oh, super size me 50 million times. I want all the calories from Far Cry 5.
Baconate that shit, son.
Yeah, I love.
And throw a McFlurry in there too.
Yes, McFlurry, a hot apple pie, a spicy McChicken stereotype. No, this is. I love this series. I love how wild it is, how expansive it is. The Blood Dragon DLC was just such kitschy 80s fun, and then you see all the three really different types of DLC that we know of so far. I'm just super excited for the campaign and the DLC. I can't wait. I always have fun with these games. They may not always hit the peaks of everything you want, but they are incredibly entertaining and really do have a high replay value. You can do things so many different types of ways. So yeah, supersize me.
Oh yeah, and don't forget they're throwing in the Far Cry 3 remastered edition into that DLC as well. We can go get to see Vaz's crazy self.
And they're also doing zombies and I forgot the map editor, the Far Cry map editor.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. That sounds awesome.
There is so much game in this game. It's not even funny. The amount of content that they're putting out with just the season pass itself is worthy of $60. It's 3 games and you get a remaster. I mean, like you said, Far Cry games are already long. You can literally just run around and do all kind of random nonsense without even really playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, this is also a supersize me. Like this looks amazing. The zombies, the Nam, the Lost on Mars, the Far Cry 3, and then the Far Cry 5 with how zany and over the top the campaign looks itself. And the fact that you can do the whole thing with a buddy. I mean,
Jump in and jump out.
Yeah, I mean, it looks absolutely incredibly full. Ubisoft again, just they're doing something right over there. There's something in the water there where they're getting their act together and putting out good stuff.
You know what? You may get I'm watching the Far Cry arcade trailer right now, and it looks really awesome. Dude. So you guys may have to hand me the hypocrite card in a couple of months when I buy this game. Not in a couple of weeks when I buy this game day one.
Yeah. But I mean, you also brought up a very, very valid point about the Black Friday sales. Like I'm right now, my plan is to not buy a single game past like the first week of September because I know everything that comes out there is going to be on sale on Black Friday. So it's like, do I really want to spend $60 on a game when I know I'm going to be able to get it for like 25? Like this Black Friday, like I didn't buy any games until Black Friday and I got every game I wanted for 20, 25 bucks. Like everything came out. I'm talking Wolfenstein, South Park, like 3 or 4 other games. Like everything that came out that fall, I got on Black Friday for half the cost. So it's like, do I really even want to buy games now? Like I'm almost like I could wait on God of War. I could wait on everything and just get them on sale on Black Friday. And for the day.
That's right.
Like,
true.
It's gonna be a tough one. I see that we are kind of running low on time. We have been on for like 50 minutes. So let's just do some quick hitters real quick. Jon Favreau, he's executive producing a live action Star Wars series. How do you guys feel about that? Supersize, fries, or Tums?
Jon Favreau. I feel like I didn't like the last thing he did. I liked Chef, which was like a comedy. He plays like a food truck chef guy. That was awesome. I like Iron Man. I feel like he did something else that I didn't like. I'm trying to remember what that is. I don't remember.
Cowboys and Aliens.
Oh, that's right. Oh, damn it. I feel like overall, this is can I get fries with that? Because in my opinion, more Star Wars content is always a good thing because I'm a diehard fan. I'm a fanboy till I die. Live action, I would like for it to take a more serious tone than most Star Wars content does if it's going to be a live series. I don't know. I wish I don't know where this is gonna play. If it's gonna be on like Netflix or if it's gonna be on ABC or NBC. But I would love for it to take a more serious tone if it's gonna be a live action show. So
yeah, Chevy.
Yeah, I guess I'll take fries with it. Almost wanted to pass. I like Jon Favreau. I thought The Jungle Book was great. Actually, I really, really liked it. I'm not that excited about the choice. I get it. It's a guy that the MCU was built on. It's a guy that Disney has a great working relationship, not only with his contributions still to the MCU, but obviously what he did with Jungle Book. Jon Favreau's kind of hit or miss when it comes to the bigger budget stuff. It should be noted, however, he's executive producing it and writing it. We don't know who's directing it. We don't know who the cast is going to be. I agree with Q. I think I love Star Wars, but I think the only reason to go back and explore it is if we're going to get some more depth. It's kind of just like if you guys remember the Star Wars 1313 game that was supposed to come out.
Man. Yeah.
I would love to see some of that. My guess is it's going to be when it comes out, it'll be streaming on Disney's new platform that's launching sometime, I believe, late this year. So that'll give them the chance to kind of do whatever they'd like. So we'll see. We'll see what Mr. Favreau does. Like Cowboys and Aliens still sticks in my craw. I didn't love Iron Man 2. It's probably one of my least favorite MCU movies. But there is Iron Man. There is The Jungle Book. So there's precedent. Hopefully he'll get some. I hope they get a diverse group of writers in the room with him. And yeah, maybe we'll see the next Mark Hamill or Carrie Fisher. Maybe somebody will have a breakout role, but I'll take fries with it for right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of a take small fries with that, only because I'm kind of at the point where I'm almost on Star Wars overload. Like, do we need a live action series at this point? Like, I feel like there's so much Star Wars coming, and like, I don't know. And like you said, it's going to be on their streaming platform, and I'm really wondering how is it going to be Disney? Or they're going to adopt what they've done with Freeform, which really shocked me, is a little bit more adult. So are they going to be able? Are they going to push some of that type of content? Because I would absolutely love to see if they can do like a live action gritty 1313 type story where we're dealing with the seedy underbelly of stuff. I would be all in for that. But I don't want to see more Star Wars for the sake of Star Wars. Like, if you're going to tell me a really good story with some really good character development, then I'm for it. Otherwise, I'm almost past the terms with this. Like, I don't want more Star Wars for the sake of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can be overload. It can be overload, and it's kind of, are we getting too much of a good thing? Are we gonna have a stomach ache after this? I gotta be honest. I'm not excited about Solo. I really want to be excited about Solo, but we've talked about this stuff. I'm really excited about Donald Glover,
Childish Gambino,
Solo, just because he's so talented. But I'm always excited to see anything Woody Harrelson does because he's great.
Yeah.
But outside of those two guys, I'm not sure that I'm really that excited, and I think that's one of the reasons Avengers was pushed up, is really to give Solo room to breathe. You got Deadpool got pushed up, and that may have something to do with Disney as well. We know that deal's not complete, but it is close, and maybe Disney and Fox got together and said, "Hey, we're going to push our movies up. Let's not fatigue people for Solo." But I'm like Q. I love Star Wars, but I wonder if like all our wishes came true, and I wonder how we're going to feel about that in the upcoming years, if maybe we're just having too much of a good thing.
Yeah. I feel like the Solo story is not a story we needed to be told at all, honestly.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So.
All right, moving along. I think this will probably be our last little thing that I get to. Jessica Jones is out today. It is National Woman Day. I think that's the reason why they pushed it out today instead of Friday, which they normally do with the Netflix stuff.
Right.
Either one of you looking forward to this second season of Jessica Jones?
Hell yeah. Like, yeah, man. What kind of question is that?
I'm just making sure.
You don't even have to ask that. I'm all about Jessica Jones. She's every just badass, also problematic chick I ever wanted to date. So I just like, yeah, she's dope. That character is so well written. I think really you can even argue in the whole MCU, including the extended television universe, like she has just one of the best backstories, one of the best villains. Like to me, this might be controversial, and I'm not seeing comments like you guys are, but this might be controversial. I think Jessica Jones and Melinda May from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. have two of the best background stories of anybody in the MCU. So I'm super, super excited for Jessica Jones. It's really adult, and it's not gonna have a hallway scene probably, but it doesn't need to. It's smart. It's really well done. Kristen Ritter is amazing. Don't Trust the Bee in 23, Breaking Bad, like everything she does is just awesome acting wise. So yeah, man, supersize it, feed it to me like in a feeding tube, and I'm just stuck in my chair and I can't move.
I'm excited for this show. I actually, like, one of my friends, one of the reasons why I like Jessica Jones is because one of my friends was trying to find a show to watch with his girlfriend last year, or maybe 2 years ago. But she's not into superheroes. She is not even a tiny bit. Like don't put her. It's like no, it's not gonna work out. But I was like, you know what, man? Try watching an episode of Jessica Jones with her, and she loved it. She loved Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones it appeals to a niche of viewers out there that they like the whole superpower battles like really kind of turn them off. It's like I don't need to see New York City leveled, but I do enjoy seeing a powerful female character who also has like a super strength, a super ability, do her thing, and it deals with a lot of serious adult topics that I think are really relevant and are really like awesome to be dealt with in a TV show. So for me, I think it appeals to a lot of people, but it also draws out a niche of audience members that wouldn't normally tune in for Marvel things. And I think it's genius in that way. So I'm really excited for this. I haven't started watching it, but I added it to my Netflix list. So I'm definitely supersizing it. I'm hoping. I haven't seen any reviews, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm gonna wait and watch and then look at the reviews later on. So
this is supersized the hell out of it for me. Jessica Jones is my favorite of all of the MCU storylines. Like JV said, it's so well done. It's so well written. It gives you a totally different glimpse into the superhero genre. Her and Melinda May, like you said, they're some of like the best, well done, well thought out characters when it comes to their story and why they are who they are. Christian Ritter does an amazing job. I've already watched 3 episodes. That's the only MCU Netflix series I've actually watched more than once. I'm always preaching to people how good Jessica Jones is. They're like, who the hell is Jessica Jones? Why would I watch this? I'm like, just watch it and you'll see. Like, it's just done really, really well. I can't wait to get further into it and finish the story. That is my favorite Defender. She does not care. And she's always drinking. It's just great. Like, she embraces her character. She embraces who she is so well and just doesn't care. And Christian Ritter does a fantastic job of playing out that character. I love it. It's great. Supersize the hell out of it twice.
Yes. And by the way, if there are any guys that don't want to watch it because it's a female lead, because there are guys out there that just won't watch those types of movies, especially if it's something where there's like a hero. I just want to say, especially on International Women's Day, like props to Marvel for creating a very complicated character, a very complicated woman who does not apologize, which is rare, who has more lines than the men in her TV show. I come from a family full of women. It feels like there was always more women than men in my family. I have my wife, I have my daughter. I do consider myself to be a feminist. My favorite superheroes, Dev always laughs at me. My favorite heroes in fiction are all women. Wonder Woman, Starbuck, Ripley from Alien. So look, people will watch it. This show did really, really well. We know they don't release their streaming numbers, but we know the show did really, really well and is one of their best characters that they put on TV. So if you don't know if you should watch it, don't be dumb. Just do it, watch it, and then tweet at me and say, thanks, Jermaine. I knew you were going to be right.
Yep. I told my boy Al that I work with, I was like, you got to watch Jessica Jones. He's like, nah, man. I'm like, just trust me and watch it. He came back the next day. I was like, damn it, you were right again. You right. It was good. I was like, I'm trying to tell you. I'm just trying to lead to the promised land, bro. It's good stuff. So I just posted a link in chat. I don't know if you guys saw it. Just a real quick hot take. They're making a Boondocks video game with the original crew. I don't know if you guys watch Boondocks, but I'm hype about that because Boondocks was my shit.
Supersize it right now. I don't even need to. I don't care. I don't care. There is no size for this. Magnum size it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to open the link.
Black.com.
I don't want it to knock out my. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna read out loud the title of the article because I don't want to lose my minority card. Yeah. I don't know if that's a thing or not. It's a thing now. That's cool, man. I watched this show in high school. I don't know. Yeah, this show's not on anymore, right?
Nah, I think it did 4 seasons, JV?
I think so. I want to say 4 seasons. Excuse me. The fourth season I think was a little bit shorter.
Yeah, it wasn't done with the original crew that did the first 3.
Yeah, and then the TV show was amazing.
Yeah, I'm always up for bold video games, and I'm always up for not doing the same IPs over and over again just because they sell. So I'm always up for stuff like this. So yeah, can I get fresh with that? Mostly because I don't know what kind of game this would be. I'm assuming it'd be like an open world kind of setup, where you just go around and I don't know.
Who knows? But I'm always down for more Boondocks. God, I love that show.
And it is a great headline. I'll read it so Q doesn't lose his card. But it just says the Boondocks returns as a video game. Inappropriate Negro humor is serious stuff. That's great. That's a gold headline on the Undefeated. Go to the go to the Undefeated like every day. Jamel Hill is there. That's all you need to know. Jamel Hill is there.
If this game can do what South Park has done with their video games, then it's gonna be good. If they can just weaponize that humor and just to make it into a way that it's hilarious as I'm playing it, then I'm sold on that. That's awesome. So,
all right. So we are running out of time right now. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this stuff up. Outros and plugs, if you got any, Q.
Plug in. After a really long time, my wife was trying to get me to finish watching The Punisher on Netflix. I finally finished it today. It took me a long time to watch that show, mostly because I couldn't sit down and binge it. I had to watch one episode at a time. So that show was really good. The last line in the show, actually kind of got me teared up. As a former soldier, I talked to. I have a lot of friends who deal with PTSD and who just for me, in The Punisher, something that obviously most of my friends are not out there gunning down gangsters and stuff like that. but just the fact that you may have left the war, but the war's still going on around you. I have friends that do talk to me about stuff like that. So it's just I don't know. That show really. It's really well done. So if you haven't given The Punisher a shot, go for it and watch it. It's definitely violent. The last episode has a brutally violent fight scene between the Punisher and his nemesis. It's at one point I had to turn away because the way I don't know, man. It was a lot. Let's just say it was a lot of blood gushing in that last fight scene, man. And as far as that, I've been putting a lot of stuff on YouTube on the PSVG channel. A lot of Rainbow Six Siege stuff and a lot of Deep Rock Galactic. So if you have time, go check those out. Especially if you're interested in Deep Rock Galactic, that game I'm enjoying. I'm having a great time with that. But that's all that I got right now.
Excellent. What about you, JV? Anything you want to plug?
As always, you can find me at JV the Monster. Again, spelled the Black Way. JVTHAMONSTA. That's the Black Way. The big thing I would say. What, Dev? You gotta tell people. Some people lack melanin. They don't know. That's our job. We're 3 minorities. If we don't tell them, who is? That's what we're here for. The big thing that I would plug into right now is I kind of lost my train of thought because you made me laugh. But killing me. The 100th episode of Agents of Shield is tomorrow. Also, the episode of The Flash that just aired, if you haven't seen it, Inner Flash Time, that was so well done and so much fun. Dev hates it because he hates DC. Yeah, DC people, he is the person that you need to come for. Yeah, shouts to Jordan Peele for winning the Oscar for a screenplay. Yeah, big ups to him. And that's pretty much what I'm plugged into. Going to see Wrinkle in Time tomorrow night. So always great to be here. If you guys have me back, I'd love to tell you about it. And that's it, man.
Sounds good.
Cool. Yeah, you can reach me at Dev Tias on Twitter. Like JV said, all you DC people, feel free to come at me, bro.
Please come at him.
Other than that, yeah, I'm not doing a whole lot of anything else right now. Nothing to really plug. Like Jermaine said, the 100th episode of S.H.I.E.L.D. is coming up. I would definitely say if you have not gotten into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and you are a Marvel fan, check it out. I'm waiting for the season to end so I can binge it because I don't like having to wait week to week because I'm just special like that. Netflix has spoiled me. Check out Jessica Jones season 2. If you're on the fence, man, just dive in. Punisher, also great. Like Q said, dive in. All right, so let's just wrap this thing up. As always, thank you for tuning in and or downloading the show. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Have a fantastic week. Watch some basketball, play some video games, do whatever the hell you want to do. Live your life unrated and unfiltered, and never stop gaming.
Sorry, I'm in the wrong screen, so
Oh.
Stop broadcasting.